Hi there, my name's Dave, and welcome as we taste another wine today. Today's wine is a Chardonnay from Australia. It's a 2021 Wakefield Estate Chardonnay. The grapes for this wine were sourced from 70% the Padthaway area and 30% the Clare Valley. Now, Padthaway is in South Australia near the town of Padthaway, funnily enough. It's actually between Adelaide and Melbourne. Padthaway means good water in the local indigenous language. The first vines were grown there in 1964, and the wines are basically on limestone soils. The wines grown there include Shiraz, Chardonnay, which we're having, Cab Sauv, and Riesling. 30% of this wine is from the Clare Valley, and it's a much more famous region that I'm sure you've heard lots about. It's north of Adelaide, and the first vines were planted there in 1840. Now, interestingly, their most famous wines are Riesling, followed by Cabernet Sauvignon, and Shiraz. Not so much for Chardonnay, so it's more of a minor grape in that area. And the soils there are sedimentary soils. Now, Wakefield is a family-owned winery, and they believe in sustainable practices in the vineyard and in the processing area, and it is one of Australia's oldest wineries. This particular wine is 100% Chardonnay, and a small portion of it was barrel fermented and then left with the lees, and the lees were stirred. The lees, of course, are the dead yeast cells, and often producers will leave the lees in there and stir them up if they want sort of a bready, yeasty taste to the wine. The wine was aged in oak for 6 to 8 months, and I'm not sure if it was just a small portion aged in oak or if the entire wine was aged in oak. It's not clear on that, so we'll hopefully figure that out once we taste it. And it is an estate wine, which means it's bottled on the estate that I guess some of the grapes are grown, because since the grapes were grown in two different areas, I don't know how you could have estate wine like we have here, where all of the wine grapes have to be grown on the estate that it is bottled. Anyways, interesting to try the Chardonnay. I'm not a huge fan of super oaky Chardonnays, but always have an open mind, and we will try this 2021 Wakefield Estate Chardonnay. So let's taste some wine. I said the appearance was clear, medium lemon. Nose clean, medium plus intensity. I could smell it quite far out. There was apple, pear, peach, and a little pineapple. I think I'm tasting a number of different fruits there because of there's different lots, I think, that went into it. I don't think it's just because of the two different growth areas. I don't know. Also got some vanilla, some bread dough, some butter, and some butterscotch. Well, let's taste this.
Okay.
Well, I want to preface this by saying, like I've like at the end of the touring season, I tried a few Chardonnays, with friends or whatever, and I found that a disturbing large number of the Chardonnays I tried were that sort of really quite oaky or half oaked or whatever. And even if they're half oaked, they're still quite a oaky, vanilla taste to the wine. And that seems to be all there is. Well, with this wine, I was pleasantly surprised. I felt it was a very nice balance of oak and not oaked. So I don't know how much is oaked, but I don't think it was a very big part of it, because it tastes quite like fresh and crisp. So anyways, I said almost exactly the same as you. I said dry, medium acidity, medium alcohol, 13.5%. I didn't cheat, mind you. I actually guessed that. It's on the cusp between medium and high. Medium body. I said medium plus intensity. You didn't say finish. I said medium plus finish because I sat there. I sat there and I thought, okay, this is tasting nice, and it's still tasting nice, and it still tastes nice. So it tasted nice for a fairly long time. I was quite pleased with that. I got the stone fruits that I had before, but I tasted the citrus fruit that you mentioned before. This time I'm not sure what citrus fruits. A little bit of vanilla. I mean, there's oak there because there's a little bit of vanilla, and there's some butter. There was also, what you mentioned, some of that herbaceousness I could taste, and also there was a minerality to the wine that I really, really quite like. So I thought, it's a food-friendly wine. Like I'm having some cheddar cheese with these Costco crackers, which I love so much, and it goes really well with that. I can see this is a nice wine to entertain for. And I got it today. I got it on sale for $16.99. I mean, that's a great deal for a nice Chardonnay like this. I said it was balanced. It had good length. It was intense, and I thought it was complex too. I thought there's lots going on, so I gave it a very good. It was a very good wine. Good pick.
If you are looking into booking a wine tour of the Okanagan for next year, and you are interested in a customizable, flexible, and completely private wine tour in the comfort of your own vehicle, please check out the link below in the comments.